So I thought it would be fun to do a little gift guide, a little Christmas perfume gift guide, all under £30. And although normally I list the notes, I'm not going to list the notes today. Reason being that, like, if you're buying a perfume for someone, the actual note's not necessarily that big a deal. It's more the general kind of feel of what it smells like. So I'm just going to describe how these smell. So the first one is FCUK Friction Her. Now, there's a number of reasons why this is quite a good perfume. One, it's super light. So it's kind of inoffensive in that way. Two, it's sweet, but it's not so excessively sweet that it's only going to be for like incredibly sweet perfume lovers. Three, it's kind of a vanilla perfume, and I'm really fussy about vanilla, and even I like this. And four, it's a really, really pretty bottle, really nice bottle. Five, it's very cheap. So this is way under £30. You can get these, this is 100ml, and you can get this for like £12–15. For 20 quid, you can get 150ml bottles of these. You do need to overspray it a bit, but it's got like, for me, this is like a kind of, when you first spray it, there's a slight coconut and pineapple vibe to it, but when it dries down, it's like the smell of basically like a creme brulee, you know, like it's got this beautiful kind of vanilla-y custardy smell with that kind of, you know, melted, slightly burnt sugar on the top that you have to break through, that's kind of caramelized, you know. But then if you imagine that, but with some fruit sprinkled on the top, maybe some coconut flakes and a bit of pineapple and a bit of apple, it's just very, very pretty. It's not hugely floral, it's almost edible, and it's really super easy to wear. So I think it's like a good easy buy, this one. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, another easy wear, easy buy. So this is very different in that it's a floral perfume. So this is Sarah Jessica Parker. This is a lovely collection, and this is Dawn, if you can see. Now this is a 100ml bottle, and you can get these in the UK for £10, which is an absolute bargain. Now this one, it's just a fresh, pretty floral scent. At first, you get a bit of kind of white flowers, a bit of green leaves, you know. It's got a lovely fresh smell to it. But the more it dries down, the more you get sweet flowers, you know. It's not massively fruity. It smells gentle, delicate, really kind of skin scenty. But the more it dries down, the more you just get epically pretty light flowers. It's like a lovely pretty floral bouquet, this one, and it's super easy to wear. It's very light, and again, an absolute bargain, like literally 10 quid for a bottle of this. And I don't mean like a second-hand one for either of these, I mean a brand new bottle. So that's an absolute bargain as well. Where will we go from here? Let's do, ooh, so you won't necessarily be able to get a bottle this size for under £30, but you can definitely get smaller bottles for about 20. So this is Jeanne by Lanvin, and this is a frankly heavenly light perfume. My goodness, it is stunning. This is raspberry, freesia, and a real creamy, slightly sweet musk. It's just a fabulous perfume. Not particularly strong when you first get it, when you first spray it, and then on the skin that musk just develops and gets creamier and sweeter, and it's so pretty. It's infinitely wearable in any occasion, and it's just such a lovely perfume. So, you know, Lanvin perfumes, I feel the same about Modern Princess. I chose this one because I've been talking a lot about Modern Princess, but Modern Princess is basically this but the apple version, because that is musk, freesia and apple, like red sweet apple. They have a very kind of similar vibe. It's just this is raspberry and that one's apple. But this and Modern Princess, both amazing Lanvin perfumes that would be real safe blind. I can't imagine anyone who likes perfumes, I can't really imagine them not appreciating them as a gift. So yeah, absolutely love Jeanne by Lanvin. Then let's go. Ooh, an absolute classic banger. This is Anais Premier Delice by Cacharel. Now, don't be alarmed if you see a lot of the modern bottles of this, the more recent bottles are clear and like a kind of peachy colour, and they I don't know, they probably match what's in this more than this, because this looks very much like the original Anais, and the original Anais is like a flower, well, not flower bomb, but a floral bomb, you know, from, I think it's from the 80s, that perfume. Reminds me of my childhood when people wore really strong perfumes. Now this is a stronger perfume and it lasts all day, it lasts ages, but it's a pear perfume. It smells exactly like tinned pears, sweet tinned pears with cocoa sprinkled on top. That's what this smells like, and it's not jarring, it's not like too acidic or too sweet, it's the perfect mixture. It has a tiny bit of the kind of Baccarat Rouge vibe, a tiny bit, but not massively. Mainly more actually a tiny bit of the Cloud kind of vibe by Ariana Grande, but way nicer. Not anywhere near as cloying or sweet. It's just purely tinned pears in syrup sprinkled with cocoa. There are flowers in here as well, but I don't think that's in any way the main event. It's amazing how much it smells exactly like tinned pears. It's crazy. I can almost smell the texture of the pears, and it's just beautiful, this perfume, and it's such a steal. I saw this the other day for about 20 quid for 100ml, so I was like, oh my god, it's such a bargain. So that one's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So let's go. Okay, we're going to get another Sarah Jessica Parker one. Now obviously Lovely is very popular. However, I'm not mad on Lovely. I find it a bit woody. The one I absolutely love is Born Lovely. So if you can see, it's got a beautiful bottle. It doesn't show up very well in this light. It's a glorious kind of grey glass with very pale pink writing. Absolutely beautiful. I love this bottle. I love this perfume. Now, this is sweet peony. And normally I find peony a bit sharp and I don't often like it, but this is sweet peony and I think it's blackcurrant. Yeah, it's blackcurrant. But it also smells like fresh laundry. So if you have someone in your life that likes to smell fresh and clean, then Born Lovely is an absolute smasher of a perfume. Like, this one smells really clean. This one's quite musky, this one's fruity, this one's vanilla-y. This, straight up, clean, clean, clean. It smells like freshly washed laundry. It's crisp, it's slightly floral, it's slightly fruity, but it really, really smells fresh and clean. When I was at my wedding, this is what I was always wanting to wear before I went swimming and stuff. When I woke up in the morning, so refreshing, absolutely love it. I wore it again recently, even though it's getting colder, just because I absolutely love Born Lovely. It's my absolute favourite of all the Lovelies. I think it's genuinely very lovely. It normally comes with a little bow on it. I took that off personally because it's not really my vibe. But I love Born Lovely, and I would think that anyone would be really happy to have that one, especially if they like clean scents. Okay, what are we going to go for next? Oh yeah, random little one. Let me just give this a quick spray. Ooh. Gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. This is a gorgeous bouquet of flowers that I think is slightly on the violety side. So this is Forever Elizabeth by Elizabeth Taylor. Now, firstly, the bottle. What a bottle. Look at that. Absolutely love it. Now, you can get 100ml. I think this is this an eau de parfum? It certainly is an eau de parfum. You can get these for about 20 quid, sometimes less. I think mine cost me 15 at the time, so worth Googling and shopping around. But this is a beautiful springtime floral that has a little bit of a vibe of Stella Pop. So I was thinking about doing Stella Pop, but I was like, the thing with Stella Pop is I think there's probably some people who would find it a little bit too bubblegummy, and a little bit too kind of plasticky in terms of like the fact it kind of smells a bit like Barbie dolls, or at least people say it smells like Barbie dolls. Whereas this one, it has the violet, and it has a slight, I don't even think there's tuberose in this, but it has a slight bubblegummy smell to it, mixed with the violet, that is reminiscent of that element of Stella Pop. However, it's more floral, it's kind of lighter, it's not sweet, it's easier to wear in a way. And yes, and the bottle is just fabulous. This is such a nice one. Oh, it's so pretty and easy to wear. It's got, I think it's got green apple in the top, so you get that kind of sharp fruits, but you also get a beautiful sweet florals, and it gets sweeter the longer it dries down. It's a really lovely perfume, Forever Elizabeth, and I don't really see people talking about it, but I think it's gorgeous. It's like so pretty. Now, let's get onto the slightly smaller bottles. So this one, if you'll please excuse the fact that it hasn't, oh, beautiful. Hasn't got its original cap, because my bottle is a tester bottle, and my bottle was about £8, but you can get these for really cheap. Let me just see if I can move things around a little bit, make some space. So this is Guess Dare. I absolutely love this one. It's heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. This is a unusual, light, a slightly transparent, fruity musk perfume. So it's got a very similar vibe to Jeanne, but it's a totally different kind of fruit because it smells more tropical. I think this has got kumquat in it, if I remember correctly. There's a very slight soft sandalwood in it, but it's got a very beautiful soapy musk, which is similar to the musk that you get in things like Noah and Oxygen and Modern Princess and Jeanne. It's got that beautiful soapy musk, which is really clean smelling, really fresh, really pretty. Like I said, it's got this juicy kind of fruitiness in the top that's really comfortable to wear. It's quite light, so it's not going to make anyone feel cloying. It's very pretty. It's got white flowers, and there's definitely a touch of jasmine, but it's not like jasmine heavy. It just smells like spring flowers. It's so pretty. I love Guess Dare. This is one that I have backup bottles of, a backup bottle of, I should say, because I actually love it so much. So yeah, I really like Guess Dare, and you can get these, not tester bottles, you can get brand new ones for like £10-15 for 50ml. You can probably, if you want to up it a bit more, you can get 100ml for about 20. So again, worth searching around if you're interested in Guess Dare. But if someone bought me this, I'd be so happy, because it was one of those blind buys that really surprised me. Absolutely loved it and wasn't expecting to at all. Let's put that one over there. So, I've managed to put things so far away from me. Okay. Now, I think this perfume coming up, infinitely wearable, so lovely. This is Acqua Colonia Matcha Frangipani. Now, I know that you can still get this on Health Farm for like 13 quid. Now, this is a 50ml bottle. It's an eau de cologne, but to be honest, it pretty much performs like an eau de toilette, like most eau de toilettes. It does have a kind of herbal green quality from the matcha, but it's powdery and sweet, and it's so pretty. When you first spray it, genuinely smells a bit like Herba Fresca from Guerlain Acqua Allegoria range, but this Acqua Colonia, like I said, is about £13, so it's an absolute bargain. It's fresh, it's floral, it's powdery, and it's sweet, and it's just gorgeous. It's not like as green tea forward as something like green tea, right? It doesn't have quite such a herbal green quality to it, but it's got a beauty. It's kind of creamy. It's just absolutely, it's like powdery, slightly sweet, creamy. It's almost like, you know, when you make matcha and it just, even with hot water, it still goes creamy, but it's light, it's fresh. And this one is a real compliment magnet. It's actually a lovely perfume that people will comment on. So yeah, I love lots of Acqua Colonias, but I think Matcha and Frangipani is an absolute winner. And the bottles are gorgeous. They're so pretty. Okay, if I go by size. Oh, this is new to me, but I'm already obsessed. My husband was just telling me how delicious I smelt when I was wearing this the other day. This is Burberry Brit, and this is the Eau de Parfum. So this is fruity, sweet, powdery, because it's almond and lime. And I don't get a huge amount else going on with this, but it's a perfect mixture because there's almond in it, but it's not sickly because it's got that lime in it, keeping it really fresh. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's exactly the perfect amount of zingy, zesty lime to how much kind of sweet, creamy, powdery almond there is. It's so wearable, like on the daily, like a perfect signature scent. I can't imagine anyone not smelling good in this. I think everyone would smell amazing. I think everyone would probably like it. I just think it's a beautiful perfume. I'm so glad that I tried this one because I bought the rollerball first for like super cheap. And then I got this 50ml Eau de Parfum for like 20 quid from Notino. So again, an absolute bargain. And I haven't managed to smell the Eau de Toilette because I've not seen it anywhere. But I have smelt the Burberry Brit Sheer recently in John Lewis, and actually the sheer one's really pretty as well. It doesn't have the same notes, so it's like a different perfume, but it's also very pretty, and you can also get that for under 30 quid. So I just absolutely love Burberry Brit. I think it's delicious. So I've got 3 more. So this is an absolute classic banger. Another beautiful, light, very safe perfume. So this is Elizabeth Arden White Tea, and this is the Ginger Lily Flanker. Now, I personally feel about these perfumes that the original White Tea, for me, is a little bit masculine. It's just a little bit woody for my liking, and a bit salty. It's very pretty. I mean, if I was going to go for like more of the original vibe, I would totally advise to get the recent Elizabeth Arden White Tea Eau de Parfum, because that to me is a gorgeous, not as woody version of the original that is rose forward. It's so beautiful. But I really think that the Ginger Lily is a really safe bet because not everyone likes rose. Now, probably not everyone likes Ginger Lily either, but I don't think this is like incredibly gingery or incredibly zesty. It has the kind of bones of white tea, but it's sweeter and more feminine and less woody. And it's so relaxing. It's totally spa-like. I think anyone would be happy to have this perfume, and I think it smells very beautiful and classy and just generally lush. So I just love white tea. I think it's really nice. I'm also realizing that I should have probably tilted my I should have tilted my camera a bit more to do this, shouldn't I? Never mind. So I'm obsessed with this. This is one that I didn't even know if I was going to keep because it does smell quite similar to another perfume I've got, but I'm fully obsessed with Prerogative, the original one by Britney Spears. So this is I like the Ego one as well, but it's hard to find. Prerogative you can get for like a tenner, and this is just a little 30ml. I would have been very happy to have 100ml of this perfume. It is delicious. I think this smells like an incredibly warm, creamy, comforting kind of slightly caramel latte, you know? There are some woods in it, but I don't think it smells massively woody. I think it's sweet. I think it's creamy. There's a tiny bit of coffee in it, but it's not super strong. And it doesn't list having caramel, but there is definitely some kind of caramelly vibe going on in this to me. And it has, I think it's apricot and goji berries. That's a light kind of vibe going on, but something about that mixed with the other notes is just like a slightly, ever so slightly tangy, but not really caramelly, like a very light caramel. And I'm not talking about a burnt sugar style pink sugar like caramel. I mean a kind of creamy, honestly, like you had a latte with just a dash of caramel syrup and a lot of whipped cream. That's what I think this perfume smells like. It is warm, cozy, delicious and beautiful, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's fabulous. It's probably the only, well, this and the Ego Flanker are the only Britney Spears perfumes that I absolutely love, and I think you just will smell so delicious. And I think if anyone asked you what it was and you said it was Britney Spears, they just would be like, oh my god, I can't even believe it. Anyway, so my last but definitely not least, because it's one of my absolute favourites nowadays, and this I think is a sexy, nice date night perfume, but only for people who like fruity perfumes. So if you know someone doesn't like fruity, don't get them this. But this is my last of the batch, and this is Guess Seductive Red. Now, you can see a beautiful red bottle. I love the colour of this. You can tell it's not massively expensive, but who even cares? I mean, I just love that colour. And it's a Baccarat Rouge style smell, or a cloud style smell. But it's cherry and almond, and it straight up smells like Bakewell tarts without the pastry. So to me, it smells like a sweet, sweet, sweet cherry jam. A beautiful sweet cherry jam with just a touch of tartness, but still nice and sweet. And then a Frangipani, a Frangipan, I should say, almond, kind of beautiful almond cream that you get at the bottom of like French patisserie. But thankfully it doesn't have any pastry or biscuity type smells to it, because I don't like that kind of thing. But I just love this perfume. I think it smells so sexy and pretty and sweet and girly. It's absolutely lush, and it's not so cloyingly sweet that I can't deal with it, which is what I get with Cloud. It's not medicinal like the original Baccarat Rouge is. It's just pretty, easy to wear, massive crowd pleaser, I would say, this one. I can't really imagine anyone not liking it. So yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, I think any of these would be pretty safe. Obviously, perfume is very, very specific to the people who are wearing it, but if you know someone who likes perfumes, or you know like what someone normally smells like, then I think you could probably easily guess like which ones of these would be good. So, you know, I know one of my friends would definitely like this one best, and I know one of my friends would definitely like Born Lovely best, and I know a friend who 100% I would get white tea for, and my sister, this one. You know, so I think you can often guess like who's gonna like what. And I just think that these are all so affordable, they're infinitely wearable, they're all so pretty, so nice, and I think these are pretty safe for pretty much anyone, and they're so budget friendly. Like, I absolutely love all of these perfumes, and I think the most expensive one I have here is this one, because at the time I bought it for 100ml it was like £27. And now I think you can get them for 25 easily, but you know, everything else here was like way under 30 quid. You know, some of them were literally £10, which is mad. Born Lovely was like 15, this one was 15, this one was 15. I just cannot sing the praises highly enough of these. I think they're all super safe. And anyway, I hope that there's been some inspiration for something cool that you could buy a perfume lover in your life if you're on a super strict budget, which, let's be real, this year, especially in the UK, a lot of us are on a very strict budget. So yeah, I hope it came in useful.